Hey, we are back at Magnolia Park Cemetery. It's been several weeks since Jax and I have done a video, and we said in our last video that this would require two trips because the cemetery is so large. Last time the weather wasn't great. I didn't really have a plan. We walked around, just saw some things and discovered some things that I had never seen in our multiple trips out here. So we are back. There's a newer mausoleum that we want to look at and walk around. There's some newer sections of the cemetery that have different gravestones. There's a military plaza. There's a section for what appears to be children. In this video, I want to do less talking and just more videoing and just showing what is out here in this largest cemetery here in our town of Warner Robins. I feel like in previous videos I do a lot of talking, say a lot of the same words over and over and some ums, but this place, to be appreciated, really just needs to be shown in pictures. So Jax and I are going to walk around. I may point out some things, but mostly some viewing, videoing, and less talking. So we are back at Magnolia Park. This is part 2 of Middle Georgia Cemetery Tours, and hope you enjoy the video. So this is the newest mausoleum here at Magnolia Park, probably within the last 15 years or so. It's pretty big for mausoleums in this area. There's a right side, a left side, and then a middle corridor, and there's spaces for what you would consider regular mausoleum burials, and then there's wall areas for urn interments. And I really just wanted to walk around, point out a couple of things. But this is the newer mausoleum that we were talking about. As far as local famous, one individual that may be about as famous as it gets in this town is Coach Robert Davis. He coached Warner Robins High School football for many, many years, leading them to 2 national titles, 3 state titles, and really just elevated the program to state recognition and really national recognition of producing top-notch football players. He's a hero to many, and his passing last year was felt throughout the community and in Georgia sports. So I really just wanted to point him out right here in this mausoleum. Right here is sort of a unique area. It's a center cut through that has a different design for burials. You've got some that go pretty high and then some on ground level. Again, I've mentioned in previous videos, I feel like the more eye level spaces are more expensive, but I don't know a lot about the funeral business. But the architecture of this particular mausoleum is unique. It's very pleasing. As far as how it looks, it's nice, it's new, and it's very unique to this area. This is the far right side of the mausoleum. I'm just going to do one final walk around. One other thing I wanted to point out is this is, if you're looking at the cemetery, the right side. These used to be houses. This is Pleasant Hill, and then this area was Sunset Drive back many years ago that the cemetery bought. And this whole area, like I said, used to be houses that I guess they bought the property, tore down the houses to expand the cemetery. These headstones are different than you see in most other places. And right up at the front part there, you've got 2 above ground burial areas. So the cemetery sort of expanded to give more options, just sort of a more unique look. Patrick Sondren is buried here. Tragically, was a sheriff's deputy in Monroe County and was killed in the line of duty back in 2016. It was a real tragic incident that happened. Passed away very young, as you can see. But he's buried out here in this newer section here at Magnolia Park. Another local famous individual is Wayne Lowe, owner of a large Toyota dealership, made some great commercials, owned a lot of property, just really good for the community. Passed away at the end of the year last year. This mausoleum actually has a picture of his plane, his motorhome, his wife Betty. He was very well loved in this community, loved the Georgia Bulldogs, and just had his hand in a lot of what happened here locally. But over here is another above ground mausoleum. I don't know these individuals, but you can see the design is unique to this area. This area really lets you design your own unique tribute to your loved one. You can see that this headstone has its own place for letters to heaven for the loved ones of Miss Burke to write her a letter. It's got a cross with her name on it. But this newer section of the cemetery really allows you the chance to design your own marker, your own remembrance to your loved one. Just some more of the different designs out here. Nab Grenade was longtime pastor of Shirley Hills Baptist Church here for many, many years, and also another figure in the community. McCullough Funeral Home is the largest funeral home in Warner Robins, and I believe that this is the family that owns this cemetery. Last thing I really want to say in this area of the cemetery is Jackson and I have found a lot of real young people less than 30, 25, infants. This individual who just passed away was 20. Death really doesn't have a time limit. It's really humbling, very sad, but also serene out here to know all the people that have passed away here locally and are right here in this newer section of the cemetery. Last thing I want to point out is this section right here. As I mentioned, this is for infants. We did a walkthrough, but it looks like children that may have either passed away on the day they were born or just lived only a few days, but they've got their own spots right out here. Just kind of stumbled upon this area. This area here is the veterans section, very new, lots of newer graves. This is for, I believe, retirees, military, and a great way to honor veterans here locally. Those last areas that I just filmed are family plots that you can get out here at Magnolia Park, sections that I guess families can buy multiple lots and they put them together. The plants around are neatly trimmed and it's basically family sections that you can have together. They're on the left and right side of Magnolia Park. So this is our outro, as you would say, our wrap up of this video. This was the second part of Magnolia Park here in Warner Robins. there's a lot to see here, lots of different things. If you like cemeteries, whether you know anybody out here or not, it's unique. I think they had a plan at one point and have just sort of built it around it. They've cleared lots of space. This place is a lot bigger than it used to be. Like I said, there were houses here once that they tore down. But with only 2 real main cemeteries here in town, I guess, with the population boom, it's a business as well. So we like coming out here. Like I said, we see individuals that we knew in our life, our family, people that were famous in this town. Not necessarily Hollywood famous, like I said, but local celebrities. So this is our wrap up of Magnolia Park, and we hope to find some other places in town that we hadn't seen before. So this is Middle Georgia Cemetery Tour, Magnolia Park, Part 2. Say bye, Jax.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.